everyone, you are watching my channel Biologics 5 and today we are going to discuss about the cloning vectors. Cloning vectors are the important tool in the field of biotechnology or in the field of recombinant DNA technology. So what are these cloning vectors? Cloning means making multiple copies, and in the case of here in biotechnology, cloning means making multiple copies of DNA. And the vectors are the vehicle DNA or a carrier DNA which carries our desired gene. So cloning vectors are the DNA which carry our desired gene or a foreign gene and transfer it into the host cells and making multiple copies of that desired gene. So cloning vectors are the DNA. Actually they are DNA used to insert foreign DNA into the host cells or the other cell and to create multiple copies, means cloning multiple copies of the same through replication, because it enters into the host cells and replicate itself. In this way the inserted foreign DNA also get replicated with the cloning vector. So it's a DNA used to insert foreign DNA into other cells or host cells to create multiple copies of same through replication. Now we come to the DNA which can be used as cloning vectors. In biotechnology we make transgenic plants or transgenic animals by inserting foreign gene into them in the laboratories. We do these practicals or experiments in the laboratory. But biotechnology is also going on in nature. How it's going on in nature? Bacteriophage is a virus which infect bacterial cells, and plasmid DNA, which is self-replicating circular double-stranded DNA in the bacterial cells. They both DNA have the ability to replicate within bacterial cells independent of the control of chromosome DNA. So bacteriophage has the capability to infect bacterial cells. It transfers genome into the bacterial cells and making multiple copies of it. So biotechnology is going on in nature. Other different viruses like animal viruses, plant viruses also have the capability to transfer their genome into the different animals and plant cells and making their copies. So biotechnology is going on. So we can utilize these DNA for our desired goal. We can transfer our DNA by linking our desired DNA with these DNA bacteriophage and plasmid DNA. So we can utilize them as a cloning vector. So DNA which we can be used as cloning vector is bacteriophage and plasmid DNA because they have ability to replicate within bacterial cells and they produce high copy number. They can make multiple copies of themselves. So we can use them as a cloning vector. If we are able to link our desired gene or foreign gene with bacteriophage or plasmid DNA, we can multiply its number. We can multiply the number of our foreign gene by linking our desired gene with this DNA. So we can utilize this DNA as a cloning vector, but we have to modify them. We engineered them in such a way which are desired in our experiments. So there are many of the cloning vector which we have engineered from these DNA, but the most commonly used ones are genetically engineered plasmids. Most commonly cloning vector which we form from this DNA is a genetically engineered plasmid. The best example we can take of PBR322. This is the first cloning vector which is formed. PBR322 is the first cloning vector formed by the plasmid of E. coli. It's a genetically engineered plasmid PBR322 and widely used in different cloning experiments. So PBR322 is a cloning vector formed from the plasmid of E. coli. Cloning vectors are engineered in such a way that they help easy linking of foreign DNA. They should have the capability of easy linking of foreign DNA. And selection, most important, and selection of recombinants from non-recombinants. They should have the capability of these two important things, like they help in easy linking. They should help in easy linking of foreign DNA and help in selection of recombinants from non-recombinants. Recombinants are the cells which are successfully transformed by entering, by inserting the, we can say by inserting the foreign DNA. So recombinants are the cells which are transformed by our foreign DNA, which contain our foreign DNA. And non-recombinants are the cells which in which successful transformation doesn't occur, or they do not contain our foreign gene. So the cloning vectors are engineered in such a way that they help in easy linking of foreign DNA and selection of recombinants from non-recombinants. Next, we come to the types of cloning vector. There are different cloning vectors which can utilize for our desired goal. So here, first we are taking the plasmid. Plasmid, we can utilize plasmid as a cloning vector by modifying DNA in such a way. So E. coli cloning vector PBR322 was the first artificial cloning vector constructed in 1977 by these two important scientists, Bolivar and Rodriguez. So in PBR322, P for plasmid and B for Bolivar and R for Rodriguez. So these the name of two scientists, PBR322. It is widely used in gene cloning experiments. Here you can clearly see the picture of PBR322. It's a E cloning vector, E. coli cloning vector, and it have different cloning sites, EcoR1, HIN3rd, BAM-H1, and these are different antibiotic resistance gene which function as selectable marker. This is the ORI or origin of replication. So this E. coli plasmid is engineered in such a way that it helps in easy selection of recombinants from non-recombinants. The properties of this E. cloning vector we will discuss in our next video. So come to our next cloning vector, and that is bacteriophage. As we know, the bacteriophage is a virus which infect bacterial cells and makes multiple copies of it to infect bacterial cells. They have a very high significant mechanism of for delivering its genome into bacterial cells. Hence, it can be used as a cloning vector to deliver larger DNA segments. So these are the two vectors, lambda-phage vector and ARM13-phage vector, which have been extremely modified or extensively modified for development of cloning vector. Next important cloning vector is the Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Agrobacterium tumefaciens is actually a bacteria which infect dicot plants or woody plants and cause disease in plants, and the disease name is crown gall disease in the plants. And they transform, actually they have Ti plasmid in them, the tDNA, which is able to transform normal plant cell into the tumor cells. It delivers a piece of DNA known as tDNA to transfer normal plant cells into the tumor cells. So it is able to infect plant cells, woody plant cells, dicot plants. So the tumor-inducing plasmid of Agrobacterium, Ti plasmid of Agrobacterium has now been modified into a cloning vector. So Agrobacterium tumefaciens plasmid is modified. How it is being modified? Actually disarmed plasmid, Ti plasmid, actually tumor inducing plasmid, have been modified to make the cloning vector. How it has been disarmed? Actually the disease causing or pathogenic properties are removed from the TI plasmid means the genes which is responsible for the disease causing properties of that plasmid. The genes are removed from that TI plasmid and the cloning vector is formed by disarming the TI plasmid. So this is about the Agrobacterium tumefaciens, quite important to transfer genes into the plants. Now we come to the retroviruses. Retroviruses actually are the viruses which transforms normal cells into the cancer cells. And in animals, retroviruses attack on animal cells and transform normal cells into the cancer cells. They cause cancer or different diseases in the animals. So it have the capability to transfer its genome into the animal cells. So we use retroviruses to form the cloning vectors. These retroviruses has also been disarmed. Disarmed means removing the genes which are responsible for the disease causing property of the DNA. So we remove the particular genes which are disease causing and are harmful for animals. So we disarm this DNA and form our cloning vector, and retroviruses now used to deliver desirable genes into the animal cells. So this is the retroviruses. We utilize them to infect animal cells and to transfer our foreign gene into the animal cells. Some other cloning vectors are plasmid, bacterial artificial chromosomes, and yeast artificial chromosomes, and phase bit. These are important other cloning vectors which we used in our genome mapping experiments. So these are also important cloning vectors. This is all about the cloning vectors. Hope this topic is now quite clear to you. If you like my video, please like and share my video and subscribe my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, please.